Hello, everyone. It's us. That is to say, Johnny and Sasha. Even though I need to change the thing down here so that it lines up.
So otherwise, that I'm not Johnny and you're not Sasha.
Otherwise, people get confused. And we are playing Wizard Staff, the second part of a super fun game that we have been playing with Tim. Hello.
Hello, I am Tim, and I've been playing Gubbo, an awful homunculus who has caused more problems than he has solved so far.
And Helen.
Hello, I am Helen. I do rusty quill things. I've had a lot of caffeine today, or at least a lot for me. That consists of 1 caramel macchiato and 1 Coke Zero. So I'm gonna be
bouncing off the walls.
Might be weird today because I am highly caffeine sensitive. Anyway, I'm playing a enchanted wardrobe called Trevor, who walks on tiny little legs.
And Sash, who are you playing?
I'm playing a wonderful and very important familiar, a black cat named Pursley.
So. And one other thing to say, we have a new space. I've
taken a week off, and what I've done with my week off is make what I'm calling the MacGuffin Bakery, a combined office and studio for us and Steve Bread.
This has not been okayed with your partner.
No, but it's public now. It's okay. I okayed it with Steve.
Did you? Good.
And 2 out of 3 wins the vote. So
good. So yes, and I have a new very comfortable chair. So I have a new. It's really lovely and comfortable and very fancy. It is, however, slightly shorter than your office chair, which is going to.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's. I'm seeing it and I'm like...
I feel enthroned.
Yeah.
As you should.
Did you want me to...
So I was asking Johnny if he could do a bit of a, turn the camera around to show everyone. But I think maybe I'll just post up some photos on Twitter
also
after this
because
stream.
it is slightly different when we're streaming to when we're not streaming.
Yeah, because
this chair is normally...
Right now, this chair is in the corner over there where I'll be doing... Jane Austen Book Club from now on. And currently what's there is, in fact, the desk lamp that's usually on this desk. So, anyway...
And this wall is gradually going to, fill with more and more art that will just eventually cover it completely, then spread onto us like some sort of aesthetic infection, until we will also be framed.
And yes, the paint is nice and dry. I saw somebody asking. They were worried that the paint wasn't dry because I quote that I was painting.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a new space, we have 3 characters, and we have a dead wizard.
Not dead, pre-lit.
Pre-lit.
Of course, sorry.
Yeah.
A pre-lich wizard.
He is pre-undead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically... The three of you are various magical creations of the Dark Wizard Balthior, and unfortunately, last session, something very unexpected happened, and Balthior just died.
No one could have
done anything. Well, he didn't just
it.
die. There were, it's not like it came out of nowhere.
He slipped and then got an exploded crystal in the face, then fell out a window, then I think I said he got struck by lightning.
Yeah.
The important thing is that it's not our fault.
The important thing is it's nobody's fault.
And that this does actually fit with his grand plan, or will do eventually.
Of course.
Once we fixed it, this will be, in fact, what he wanted all along.
Sure. Yeah. Traditionally, people are alive when they are turned into a lich. But, who's to say?
Around.
Exactly. So, yes, and speaking of things that don't have any blood left, Balfior. He's dead. He's got claws now. You did that to him. They're dug into the ground.
Oh no, I forgot
immovable.
that.
Yep. He's got no blood left because Gubbo just took it all out.
Yeah, and we've now got it.
On the lich chant. He's surrounded by zombies also. Doris, who is a little old lady who serves a dragon, is here to collect.
I've forgotten about Doris.
Is here to collect what Balfior, the scale that Balfior was working on for her mistress, Tomaratha, the claw that splits the sun. Meanwhile, in the village just down the road, Garrett Pront, the blacksmith, is currently handing over what you believe to be the iron sigil needed for lichifying Balfior's corpse.
I do not like the words "you believe."
Pursley and Trevor LaRobe. So let's start with Trevor and Pursley.
I seem to also remember that we thought we were very stealthily going around.
Everyone watched you. Everyone watched you come in to the blacksmiths. Garrett Pront has handed over. It's like a small iron cube with one side has a raised sigil design, and the back has a little hole that you're clearly meant to fit onto like an iron poker.
Oh, brilliant! That must be where we're supposed to attach it to Balfior.
Sort of tools. He asked me to make it so that he could put it on. I mean, I don't know what sort of kit he uses, but he asked me to put like a normal screw bit on the end, so we could just fit it on.
Yes.
It's a standard quarter-inch. Yeah,
quite right. Yes, we will indeed fit it on.
Good.
Directly.
Good. Right.
Yep. Please deposit it. I open a drawer or one of the little doors.
Yep. He'll sort of place it on. He'll place it on like a rolled up sock that acts as a cushion.
Nom nom nom. Trevor did not say.
Right. There's a on the front door. Excuse me. I should probably
Does the front door open into this room, or is he leaving?
It's sort of round a corner, so like it's one big area. It's mainly one big room, but there is a small, I'll say like a semi-partition that you are around. So like you can hear everything very clearly, but they can't immediately see you. Door opens. Garrett, did that wardrobe come in here? I mean, I know it did. We saw it come in. It's not exactly stealthy, right? Okay, well, maybe it did. I don't know. Let's see what. Well, are they from the wizards? Are they from that sorcerer's tower? Because he's exed them crop. He's exed our crops. Are you sure? Yeah. So what I reckon.
I want to listen. I want to overhear.
Okay, could you make me a prowl roll, please?
Yes. I got a 6.
You got a 6. Okay, yeah, you can slink around. If we hold him hostage, then he's going to have to undo whatever he did to our fields, and then we'll give him back. Look, firstly, I don't think he actually hexed your fields. I think you're just not a very good farmer. The Bursleys, they're fine. Their corn's coming in. Yeah, because they weren't hexed. Also, you want to bring down a wizard's wrath? Well, no, but he won't want to destroy his wardrobe, will he? He needs that.
I'm going to go back.
You can hear behind them like the murmur of clearly there are quite a few people in the door.
I'm going to go back to Trevor.
All right.
It may be time for us to very subtly leave.
Righto. How do we open the door to get out?
I have paws and I am a cat, and I think I can definitely open a door.
Do you? Do you think that?
Yes, 100%. Cats can get out of places. I'm a sentient cat. I know how to work a door.
Okay. What is your finesse?
2.
2. Okay. Yeah, just give me a roll. Give me a roll for finesse.
I got 4.
You got 4. Okay.
But I will point out that it is heavily implied that these are like medieval era locks.
Yeah, no, it's not
and
locked.
therefore,
it's not locked.
Okay, still not particularly.
Sure. So,
difficult.
like you sort of scrabble up and like grip the door handle and the door swings inwards, and there's like just a big burly man there.
No, no.
Hello. And we'll cut to Gubbo. So,
right,
Gubbo. Doris has informed you politely that she has come here to collect, as agreed, a long time ago with Balfour, to collect the replacement dragon scale for her mistress. Tornartha's final battle before she slept left her with a rather specific exposed weak spot, and Balfour was apparently constructing a replacement scale out of adamantine.
Right, I know how to interact with humans. I've interacted with one human a lot recently. So, a second human, it's just going to be the same thing.
Doris is sat very, very patiently on a relatively plush. Actually, no! You left her standing outside the door.
Yeah, no, she hadn't come in yet. So I need.
No, yeah, you closed the door in her face, so she's currently just stood outside, like.
Do we have any suits of armor? Does Balfour keep any? You know, like the
absolutely
ones that line up to look.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like there's so one of the halls near the lower level has like a corridor lined up with 6 suits of armor either side. Balfour sort of keeps them there so that if heroes turn up to try and slay him, it's very easy to quickly animate all the suits of armor. But that hasn't happened for a while, so sometimes if he gets bored, he'll animate them and make them fight each other. So a lot of them are a bit dented.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and get into one before I get the door. Just sort of squeeze myself into.
I thought you'd already talked to her. I thought you'd already.
I talked to her on the. I guess I talked.
Oh, you talked to her on the mirror. Yeah. Okay. So, that's great news. What would be you know what? I'm going to ask you to roll prowl to move in this suit of armor.
My best skill at 3 dice. Do I want to stress myself or push my luck? You know what? What would my devil's bargain be?
Your devil's bargain would be that. Your devil's bargain would be that you lose both arms of the suit before you arrive.
Oh, not of your own.
No,
That's really harsh. Also, he's got 4.
He's got a bunch of arms.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna go with flats for now.
Okay.
I've got 3 prowl. That's a good set of dice, and that's 2 6s.
2 6s. All right. So you get into you are much smaller than this suit of armor. You're like what, 1.5 foot tall, but you manage to get bits of you stuck into most of the major areas, so that you can sort of.
I technically have 4 limbs.
You can shift the suit of armor very gradually down. You can even have it so that basically you kind of open the chest piece, lean out, open the door, push it, pull it, and then slam it back. You will not be able to do any movement in the armor what like during your conversation, but it is going to be a voice coming from a suit of armor that appears to be standing pretty much normally.
Fine, this is just PR.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hello.
hello?
Belfiore is very pleasantly surprised and happy to host you, Lady
Doris,
Lady Doris. Yes.
not a lady, just Doris.
Doris. If you'd come inside, I can take you to the parlour and we can have you hooked up with your scale. Post with.
Did I just talk to you on the magic mirror?
Yes.
Right. Okay. And she will.
I am Belfiore's new manservant, butler.
Right. Well,
Thing.
pleased to meet you. Do you have a name?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, wonderful. Lead the way.
And I will take her to. I know where the parlour is. I can at least set her up something.
Sure. Yeah. You can lead her in the armor. It will not resemble a human walking in a suit of armor in any way, shape, or form. But Doris does not make any comments.
She's very polite.
She's very polite, and yeah, you can take her into the sort of the big receiving room, which is sort of half sitting room, half like. You're right,
Helen's
Helen.
just fanning herself. I love.
Okay, we got none of that.
Carry on.
Okay.
Fine.
So it's sort of half sitting room and half like kind of low-key gallery to Balfour. Like if you imagine something between a living room and like those sort of showrooms for a company where they'll have like little stands with like their products on. It's kind of like that. Like he's got a lot of magical items that you would know aren't actually as valuable or enchanted as they appear. He doesn't keep the good stuff on display. But yeah, it's a nice room. It's a nice room, and you also know that if you stand in a very specific spot, then people with Balfiore's specific timbre of voice tend to find that their voice projects better.
Interesting. Well, so Doris, I'm afraid that Balfiore he's
Yes.
mid-ritual
Oh,
at the moment.
okay.
So it could be a little bit of time.
Not to worry,
Can I
I'll
offer
wait.
you a refreshment, and I can.
A glass of
I can
sherry
make sure-
would be absolutely delightful. May I ask what ritual Balfour is undertaking, just out of pure curiosity?
Oh, he doesn't let us. I'm simply a butler thing. I wouldn't know. It's very important though.
No, obviously, of course.
Otherwise, I'm sure he'd have told us that we were expecting guests.
Yes, naturally. To be fair, this is like, yeah, Balfour would generally tell you. I mean, to be fair, Balfour generally didn't tell you. He might mention it to Pers. Like, personally, you would generally be aware of it. When he remembered it, you would sort of remember it as well.
His tower is very poorly managed.
I mean, to be fair, he is. Balfour was always a bit happy-go-lucky, you know. He was a skilled enough wizard and skilled enough at kind of bullshitting that often he'd leave simple projects to the very last minute, and then when people turned up, he'd be like, "Oh yes, let me just go fetch that for you," and then like 20 minutes, there you go.
Is there a construct who would generally bring refreshments or similar?
Yeah, sure. Mr. Rocks.
Mr. Rocks.
He's a big stone construct with one arm that is flat, like a tray, and he's got he's got no face, but a little carved bow tie.
Mr. Rocks, sir. Yeah.
He does not move.
There is a guest in the parlour who wants some sherry. Can you bring her a glass of sherry and make sure she does not leave?
Can you roll me command?
I have absolutely no command.
Oh no.
I was not built to command. What is my devil's bargain to mean I'm not rolling at negatives?
The devil's bargain is that. What is the devil's bargain? Devil's bargain is that the devil's bargain is that you need to get out of the armor in order for Mr. Rocks to recognize you as a fellow magical being and thus accept your commands.
I don't want to get out of my armor. It's my safety. It's my shell. I like it here. So I will be rolling 2 dice and taking the lowest. Right? I think that's how. Cool. Well, I got a 6, but I also got a 2.
Oh no!
As in, I have to take the 2 because
I
rolled 2
yeah.
at least.
That's a shame. Mr. Rocks turns around and leaves.
I'm sure he's got it. That looks like he's doing it. He's probably going in the direction of the kitchen.
Mr. Rocks, incidentally, it's ROX. So, there's a big lad stood in front of the door through which Trevor and Pursley were about to make their exit. Pursley, you obviously could slip between his legs very easily. Trevor, less so.
But I'm quite large.
You are quite large, yes.
I have meowed, such as a cat might.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go ahead and try and play this straight for now.
Okay. He's staring at you.
He's gonna follow Pursley's lead and say nothing.
Okay. When you say play it straight...
I am a cat hanging out with a wardrobe. There's nothing magical about either of us. Why should a blacksmith not have a cat and a wardrobe? Literally no reason. We're just part of the household.
So
you wouldn't place the wardrobe facing the back door.
Okay.
Normal place to put it.
It's not his job to judge this guy's interior design.
Okay. I'm going to ask you both for, I think, a resolve roll. To see...
Oh, I've got 2.
To see how well
Oh, I've
you
also
can
got 2.
simply do nothing.
Okay.
6! Oh.
2 ones.
Oh.
Which makes sense. Absolutely makes
So, Trevor, you're there. Like, so you're just sitting there. You're like, there's a little sunbeam, and you're like, lovely. Trevor is there, doing nothing, just a wardrobe, just a normal wardrobe. And then a moth lands on you, and it starts to just explore slightly, heading towards a crevice, a crack into your trouser drawer.
No! That's the most important drawer.
No doubt planning to devour the garments within. And you, and yeah, like that. No, you do. You actually do. The moth flies away in utter terror. In fact, I think it probably dies of fright. The guy standing at the door, who was clearly just about to like reach in and then just close the door again in slight confusion, is like, "Ah!" So you scream, he screams.
I scream again at him.
You can hear from the front door, "What was that? That scream? Nothing. There was nothing. I heard a scream." What do you want to do?
I want to barrel past him
Okay, brilliant.
in panic.
Can I have a skirmish roll, please?
May I also? I would also like to go and scratch him up.
All right, brilliant.
I don't know that I should though,
Skirmish as well.
because I have 0 skirmish, and I feel like I may actually make this worse.
Who can say?
I've got a 4 in skirmish.
A 4.
I'm gonna hang back.
Okay, so you barrel into him, and he's like, oh, and he tries to push you back. I'm going to say you have 2 choices.
Okay.
You can either push past him and receive some harm, or you can open up, eat him, and flee with him still inside you.
Oh, I eat him.
Yeah.
What kind of a choice is that, Johnny? Of course.
Yeah,
I eat
you can feel a bit like and yeah, you're thump. You can hear quite a commotion back at the blacksmiths.
Run, Trevor!
Let's go. Trevor steps on his way back towards the tower.
Yep. I'm going to ask, are you trying to go fast, or are you trying to go sneaky?
Fast.
Okay. That'll probably be, I'll ask you for finesse or
I've
prowl.
got no finesse.
Do you have any prowl?
No.
He's a fucking wardrobe.
I know, I made this character. I'm just enjoying asking. So, you can either roll and see what happens, or I could just tell you.
May I help?
Yes, you can
What?
help. How are you helping Trevor's escape?
I am. I will jump to the top of the wardrobe and direct.
Okay.
In both a go this
To a
way,
brave
this is the
hard
shortcut, and also a moral support situation.
All right. Yeah, I'll give a dice for that. So you have 1 dice, Helen.
I
Can
need
you
to take
mark
some
a
stress, please.
I got a 6.
Fantastic. You've actually you've been out. Yeah, that's I believe you, Helen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm proud.
So,
So are we. We're proud of you.
so
Well done.
you're actually really getting the hang of this, and oddly, going uphill is a hell of a lot easier than going downhill.
Yeah.
Because going uphill, going downhill, you were constantly worried about pitching forward, whereas it's a lot easier to be just up. Even with the wild flailing of the villager trapped inside your torso, you managed to make it back to the tower before. You can hear shouts from behind you, but and someone a voice on the breeze is like, "Oh no! They kidnapped Dave."
Well,
I don't know. You know what? No, Dave isn't. No, Dave's not right.
Bertrand.
Tim? What's his name? Oh, yeah, Bertrand. They kidnapped. No, because then I'm going to call him Bertie, and he's not a Bertie. I've been thinking about who he is, and he's not a Bertie. But he's also not a Dave. Tim, can I have a name for him?
The name that's cropping to mind is Bilious.
Oh.
Bilious.
Yeah, Billy. Oh God, it's Bilious Fog, isn't it? It's instead of Bilious.
That's
Sorry.
Phileas
Yes.
Fogg.
This is what came to my head.
Okay, so
Well.
so Helen's failed, Tim's failed, I've failed, Sasha, Gunther. Yeah, all right, Gunther. Oh no, they've taken Gunther. They're gonna use him for wizardry.
I mean, yes, we probably will. Now we've got him.
You know, you don't want Gunther to go to waste.
It's either that or let him out at the top of the hill and just roll him down.
So, yeah, you
And
arrive.
also, he's seen too much now. He's inside the wizard's wardrobe.
He can't be let out.
No, he is no longer ordinary. The sights he has seen are beyond description.
Lime green robes.
Well, they're not in there, are they?
No, they're not. I've seen a wizard's underwear.
Are there potions still in there? Did we ever clear those out?
Oh God, we didn't.
Didn't they smash? Didn't they all smash?
At least
one
a
of them
couple
smashed.
I don't remember what we
One
did
of them
with the rest.
smashed. That's a very good point.
Oh no, Tim! Why have you done
I'm
this?
just gonna roll me a little dice. See what 5. Okay, no. So nothing happens. Like you don't. There's no obvious immediate effect. Anyway, the front door is open.
Wonderful.
Just bonk, 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 bonk. In I go.
Yep. And I assume you follow.
Yeah. And I will also close the door.
I'll have another finesse roll from you, please.
Oh, come on. I can close a door.
You're a cat.
I made it on a 4.
Okay. So, I will say you are able to close the door, but not lock the door.
Okay.
So, yes. Gubbo, what are you up to?
I am trying to dig through this tower to find the wizard scale, the dragon scale. The
All
wizard's
right.
dragon scale.
Okay, let's see. Where are you looking first?
Right, so the places where it would be obvious for it to be would be one in the summoning chamber, just in case he had to do any magic with it. 2, there's got to be an alchemy lab. Well, yeah, there is an alchemy
the
lab,
boom
in
room.
fact. Because the boom room, he's going to be doing. Balfield's going to be doing some things up there. And if it's not there, if there's some sort of storage room or pantry, except for things that aren't food, that would be my third guess. But those are the 3 places.
You can't find anything in the summoning room. You head on into the alchemy lab, and at first, no sign of it. Then, you notice on one of the side tables is set up a series of various little reagents and pipettes, and a couple of you'd almost say jeweler's tools, and several magnifying glasses. And approaching, you can see a very small, clearly miniaturized, single glistening scale.
This I probably wouldn't know. This. Well, I mean, I was going to say, does this look right? But I definitely don't.
Yeah, like
think I know
to
the
be
answer
fair,
that
like
question.
what you were looking for was a dragon scale, which is huge. Like you were kind of surprised because you're like, oh, I'm not sure if Balthior would have created it yet, because you feel like you'd have seen a massive dragon scale around the place. But this one looks like it is being worked on in miniature.
Yeah, Gubbo is reevaluating their idea of how big dragons are. He's seen lizards. He assumes that they assumed that this must be like little things now.
Okay. So where Pursley and Trevor, where are you headed?
Well, up to Balfior, I assume. What do you think, Trevor?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you're heading up, you cross paths with Gubbo, who seems to have a very small, very shiny little like coin, almost you'd say, in his hand.
Ah, is that part of the ritual?
No, I've got the scale. We need to give it to Doris, and then she'll leave.
Doris.
Yeah, Doris.
Who is Doris?
Doris. Oh, right. Doris, yeah. So I was training all of Blood because we decided we had to, and then there was a call on the mirror, and obviously I had to answer it. I couldn't not. And then Doris was at the door, and she's in the parlour now. I asked Mr. Rocks to get her a sherry, and I need to give her a dragon scale so that she will go away and we finish this ritual.
Okay.
Right, and that's it, is it? So we just give her this and then she'll go away?
Yeah.
Okay, she won't wait around for the sherry?
Well, I mean, she should already have the sherry.
Okay.
Pursley, this...
Hang on, is he still wearing armour?
100%. I love this armour.
Yeah, like, if it's meant to be a dragon scale, that is a lot... It's very small.
And this is for a baby dragon, yes?
What?
It is very small.
This is far too small to be a full-size dragon scale.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought to begin with, but I've never seen a dragon, so how do we know they're not, small?
Well, I know, they're massive. I've seen a dragon.
Oh.
Well, I've seen pictures of dragons. Balfior's told me what they look like.
You've
Okay.
experienced the sight of dragons.
I have seen a dragon through Balfior's brain eyes, which is the same as seeing one myself.
Are you sure it wasn't just very far away?
And they're no.
Very.
No,
Wait,
it was
no,
not very close. On account of the fact that Balfior remembered it in order for me to see it.
Right. Are you sure that Balfior had good depth perception?
Of course he did.
How dare you question Balfior's depth perception? When he gets back up, he's going to be very disappointed to hear you say that.
Okay, so if one of us went and sort of struck up, not me, definitely not me, but if you struck up a conversation with Doris and worked out how big this is meant to be, then we can get it confirmed and we'll be fine.
And if it's meant to be a lot bigger? Now, I assume we have some more growth potion. We had a lot of potions. Trevor, what have you got inside your drawers?
Don't know. Can't open up. There's a Gunther in me.
What's a Gunther?
It's a human. Trevor is. Wait, whereabouts are we in the tower?
I would say.
Sorry, go on.
I would say you are probably between the alchemy lab and the reception room.
Are we at all high up?
Probably the fourth level. You are quite far off the ground.
Now,
Trevor is going to try and waddle over to a mirror and deposit Gunther out of to a window, deposit Gunther out, and then close and come back again. Because Trevor's goal is to be of use to the wizard Balfior.
Trevor's just a straight up. So okay, well.
Too soon, Trevor.
Well, there's more blood down there if we need
Gunther! Oh no, Gunther, what's happened? So yeah, Gunther is cast out of the window. That was a murder. Congrats, Helen.
Poor Gunther.
To be fair, Trevor has grown up or become sentient in a warlock
in a dark wizard tower. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
This has ratcheted up the amorality switch in my head.
You haven't you haven't had good ethics modelled for you.
No. Like,
we've had good ethics towards Balfior's guests.
yeah, because they're guests. This is just a random human. Anyway, Trevor turns back around and then opens to show, like, whichever was the potion bit.
It's a lot of blood.
Yep. You notice a couple of the potions. There are a couple less potions than there were before you went through.
Look,
Well,
are we sure we want to?
Well, so a few of them smashed. What's he going to do? Drink them now he's dead? I don't think so.
Anyway, is everything all right? I heard shouting.
Hello.
Doris has poked her head around.
Ah, you must be the charming Doris that we have
Yes.
heard so much about.
Yes, hello. I'm Doris. I work for Tormarath of the Claw that Splits the Sun.
hello.
A delight to have you here. Please make yourself comfortable.
Sorry, I just heard a bit of a commotion. Thought I'd see what was going on.
Oh, that was just Balfior. He's in an interrogation right now.
Oh, I thought he was in a ritual.
It's a ritual interrogation.
Ritual interrogation.
Oh,
He's interrogating a demon.
oh.
It's going very well.
I mean, assuming that was the demon screaming and not Balfior, then
Yes. Oh, the demons really don't like Balfior.
oh,
He's
surprises me. Thought he had
he hates them.
Thought he had a reputation as a great friend of the demonic princes, but well,
Yes, well, some of them, but you know, these demons and their internal politics, sometimes it's like, oh, if you're friends with this demon, you can't be friends with me.
Oh, yes, no, absolutely. It's she sort of looks around. It's sometimes a bit similar with dragons.
Yeah.
And
One
then she will.
Yeah.
From an interested party.
Sorry?
How big are these dragons compared to, for example, a demon prince?
Oh, well, I mean, I suppose it depends on the dragon. Obviously, some are only as big as a battleship, potentially. Others, like Tomaratha, are colossal. Obviously, the official line is Tomaratha is as grand as Doom itself, I believe is how she likes to be presented. But actually, it's the size of a very, very small palace.
And Tomaratha is the one that Balfior was.
Yes, the scale.
Going
yes.
to. Oh, very charitable.
Which will be with you in but a moment. I trust you enjoyed your sherry.
Yes, your construct doesn't seem to have returned yet, but I'm sure I will whenever he gets back.
Yes.
Right.
I will look into that personally.
No, honestly, there's no rush. And she will shuffle off back to the reception room and have a sit down.
Okay, Pursley, what do we do?
Oh, well, we do these very simple and common sense steps. We find a growth potion in amongst these potions. We smear it or similar onto this scale, and you two can do that while I go and find some sherry.
Okay.
Good.
Gobbo. I present the potions in a drawer.
Let's get to the alchemy lab.
Oh, okay. I close the drawer.
Okay. So, in the alchemy lab, what are you attempting to do? You're attempting to sort of figure out what potions are what.
Yeah. This time, there's a little less time pressure. So we can try process of elimination. So, does Balthior have like some bugs, or just some things like some rings or some bugs or?
Okay, well, first up, I am going to give you. I'm gonna he's got a bunch of notes and a lot of shorthand. I'm going to give you a study roll just to see.
Okay.
Ooh, I can roll that too.
Oh yeah, okay, both of you.
I've got 2 in study.
I'm just going to push. I'm going to stress myself out.
Yeah, do it.
Because this is a stressful situation. So that I'm not. I still got a 2.
A 2. Okay.
Oh, I got a 5. That's my highest
5.
one.
All right. Yeah. Okay. You can. You think you're starting to. You think that's lovely dice. Thank you.
I really enjoy how Helen gets so proud that they always show us the dice, like a child showing us their drawing.
Yeah.
So you think actually, given the potions you've seen and has smashed inside you and all this sort of thing, you're starting to, and comparing them to the symbols, you're starting to get a sense of how Balthior labelled his potions. You're not 100% sure, but you certainly think, according to this, you are pretty certain that there was a growth potion, and it looks like it was one of the ones that were that you gathered up.
Good.
You can't find it among the ones currently in your cavity though.
What Trevor is going to say is, nope, looks like we didn't pick up any growth potion.
All right. Well, there were some more potions that were left, the special ones. We could also see if he had it ready at the desk, or, because he must have had a plan for finishing this off.
Okay.
So yeah, the 2 ideas are try and find some of the other potions we spurned last time, because they were too, they had skulls and rainbows and such.
Sure. So I'm going to give you a survey roll if you have that for the desk around where the little scale was.
Okay, let's give this one a go.
I got another 5.
Hey,
I got a 4.
Okay.
Go with Trevor.
Well, I mean, technically a 5 and a 4 are identical in that they are both not full successes, but broadly.
It's all good.
There is next to it one of Balthior's wands. It's not one that you have seen him use before. You don't really recognise it, and you aren't certain what it does. Pursley.
Yes.
You're heading down to
I'm going to get some sherry. Yes. I'm going down to the kitchen or pantry or drinks cabinet.
Yep. Mr. Rocks is standing in the middle of the corridor.
Mr. Rocks.
He turns his head to you.
Doris is waiting for some sherry.
He turns back and sort of does a slight rotation. You've seen this before. Mr. Rocks is very easily confused, and if someone he doesn't know gives him a command, he just sort of goes and stands somewhere else, so he doesn't have to listen to it anymore.
Okay, that's sad. Poor Mr. Rocks. Mr. Rocks.
Also a big dude.
Yeah.
Please disregard any previous commands you have been given today.
He nods.
Mr. Rocks, there is a guest downstairs in the room where we usually put guests. She would like some sherry. Please, will you take her some?
He nods and walks away. You hear through a nearby window some voices crying from below. Oh my God, Gunther, what have they done to you? Why are you so big?
Oh God.
Oh no.
So yeah, you got a wand.
Right. So, I mean, it stands to reason. It was next to it, so... And the scale looks pretty much done.
Let's test it. Let's test it. Point it at something.
It's basically just point and... It's just point with these. I've seen Battlefield do these dozens of times.
It's point and say some words. Point it at something and say grow.
I will give it a go. I will point it at a... What is a good thing to test it out on? I'll point it at some of the glassware and just say, grow!
Roll me your attunement.
I have one attunement. I'm not going to push it for this. I got a 1.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It starts to grow.
It works!
It works!
Oh,
It
Trevor,
keeps
you're
growing.
genius.
It's not stopping growing.
Oh!
It's blocked the door.
Right, point it.
It's
Shrink.
starting to knock other chemicals off the table.
Shrink.
Roll me attunement.
I will stress myself for this one. That is a 5.
It explodes.
Good. Good.
You are both going to take a level 1 harm.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How well does the glass penetrate? Through my cast iron shell.
Good point.
Very good point. In fact, I will say that it blows off a lot of your armor. I will allow you to keep. You can keep 40% of your armor. Please describe which 40% it is and how you are wearing it.
Okay, so I have I have the greaves and I have one arm covered. My fourth arm is just holding up the sort of greaves with the trousers, and I've got the kind of like a I don't know the word for it. Like, I'm just thinking kind of like that one bit of armor that you see in A Knight's Tale when he's just wearing the shoulder and the arm. But yeah,
cool. Well, not cool. It looks weird, but excellent. Helen, Trevor has taken a level 1 harm of scratched up.
That's okay.
I believe that means that.
Wait, I've marked stress. What is harm?
Harm is.
There it is.
Yeah, I believe a level 1 harm doesn't actually hinder you, but you can take 2 level 1 harms, 2 level 2 harms, and 1 level 3 harm. And like level 2 harms will reduce you for a dice for anything, and if you take a level 3 harm, you are incapacitated. Pursley, you hear the sound, like a colossal sound of shattering glass from inside the boom room.
I will go to the boom room.
Doris pokes her head up. Is everything okay?
Oh, yes, of course. It's just, these demon princes.
Yes, of course. Her head will retreat. So, yes, there was a sound of an explosion.
Yes, I have placated Doris, and she will be getting her sherry very soon.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to go to the boom room.
Okay, Gubbo is there. He's got a wand. He's looking a little bit... I mean, there's less armour on him than before. And Trevor is looking a little bit scratched, actually.
I felt so safe.
Oh. Well...
Why do you have the wand?
Trying to grow things. There's no growth potion.
Just to be clear, Trevor was right, and we were trying to help. It
did grow something, so it works. Does
we
work.
know what we need to do with it. I'm just now frightened.
Oh. There, Gubbo. We'll make it through this.
So thing 1, the scale is too small. Thing 2, the wand makes things grow. Thing 3, the wand doesn't stop things growing. thing for the things explode.
Yeah.
Tell me
that's
what
how-
happened.
That's pretty much it. That's thing 1 through 4. That's what happened.
How many times have you tried this?
Once.
Well, of course you didn't get it right on your first go. I remember when Balfour had an apprentice, and that poor girl was here for, must be a year before she managed to do any actual magic. I mean, of course, that's mostly because Balfour wouldn't let her, but still.
That's oddly supportive of Pursley. That's very sweet.
What's she doing now?
She is her own wizard.
Yes.
And she has her own tower. She wanted to be she was Balfour's apprentice because she also wanted to be like a little bit of an edgy wizard, but she went for it she wants to be like an edgy wizard.
Right.
So she's into she's a sword guy now. You know, she's like,
There's an X in their name.
yeah, and
Nice.
a lot of unnecessary apostrophes. Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, just intrigued. Okay, so what's your next move?
I think if we just try this a few more times, we can probably make it work.
Yeah, so we clearly need to make it stop.
Maybe
the
we used
problem.
the wrong ending word, because grow was a good word to start it, but shrink was not a good word to end it. So maybe
Right.
Have you
it's growing-
tried stop?
No.
Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
What do we want to test on this time?
Table.
Something smaller?
Yeah, there's... Okay, there has to be like a bug or something, because this scale is going to be on a living creature, so we want to test it on something as close. There must be like a ladybug or a
Yeah, he's got a big, he's got a series of jars, each of which contains a dozen of, what sort of bug do you want?
ladybug.
Treat yourself. Yeah, you can have a ladybug.
Right, gonna give it another go.
Mm-hmm.
So this time I'm going to try the grow with stop at the correct size. That is a 4.
It's a 4. Okay, yeah, you command it to grow. It starts to grow. You've commanded it to stop, and it stops growing. It takes a few times. It takes a few goes to get the right intonation to stop. So by the time you do stop it, it is about the size of a horse.
That's fine. It's a ladybug. It's the safe insect.
And
That's
it
all right.
starts flying
Like a
around.
millipede.
It is.
Excuse me! Stay on the floor!
It is flying around. It's knocking
Stay
things off.
on the floor! I'm used
It's-
to being obeyed.
Could you make me a command roll?
Yes, 2 6s.
2 6s.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. It locks eyes on you and it's coming, and you can see you didn't realise they had. I think ladybugs do have mandibles. Or I
Chat
think they
says that ladybirds are carnivores.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So it is coming for you, and you're like, stop, and then it does, just as it's about to give you a chance.
Now, we will find somebody to take you to the stables where you will have a very happy life and be a cherished member of this family. Do you have a name? Well, it's lovely to meet you. I am Pursley. I am Balfour's familiar, and as such, you may look to me for all of your guidance. Yes, we will get somebody to take you to the stables.
It looks at Gubbo, and you can see a little bit of venom dripping from its fangs.
No,
Hello.
no, we will get you a
It's
snack.
frozen
In fact, we have a very large snack for you, very fresh, outside.
it will sort of fly away and descend. And you can hear, "Oh God! Oh God! What's... Get off Gunter's enormous corpse!" And there's the sound of some chaos.
I will call, is there someone I can call, like there's a groomsman sort of groomsman-y thing?
Not really. Balfour tends to animate things like as a... Or rather, actually no, there is, but they are down at the stable.
Okay, I would like to just call to them if I can.
They won't be able to hear you over the chaos downstairs. There's a lot of shouting.
Okay, right.
A lot of people trying to fight a giant ladybug with pitchforks.
I need to sort this out. So, okay, Gobbo. I'm very proud of how well you've managed to grow and shrink, or grow and stop growing things.
I might be a wizard. I could be a wizard.
Now,
Do it.
let's not forget why we're here. We need to turn Balfour into a lich, and then he will decide if you are a wizard.
I could be his apprentice. He'd be so proud of me.
And
He
I
will
need,
be.
I need to tell the stable boy that there is a situation, and I have a plan.
Okay.
Now, Gobbo,
Hello.
you are the one who can do magic. We do not yet know how big this scale is supposed to be. Here's what I suggest. You must go and grow it in front of Doris, who will be able to tell you when to stop.
Right. Okay. Good.
Obviously, she will need to believe you are Balfour. Trevor,
Right.
here is where you come in.
Well. Gubbo, how may I service you? Throws open all the drawers. Would you like the special purple hubris robes? Or
The
would
special
you like...
purpose hubris robes have had crudely scrawled in charcoal, "Help, I'm trapped in a cupboard."
You could just dust that off. We have the sapphire twilight robes for special occasions. We have the
better than armor.
the mustard trousers for when he's eating a hot dog.
What would you suggest for someone who has been interrogating a demon?
I think we need the ruby robes of despair.
Hold on. I don't currently have a head, but I do have the skill first draft body, which reads, "My physical form keeps surprising even me. Twice per session, I can decide on a new ability it has. But the ability must be unsettling and weird. So I'm just going to try and extrude a head,
Okay.
put some eyes on it, approximation of a nose.
So you're
Lovely.
just like trying to
Because I've got the greaves,
right.
and I've got the sort of the armor, and I've got another arm. So I have the broad approximation of a human shape, especially under a robe. No one can see what's going on under a robe.
Yeah,
I
it's the
just
point
need
of
a
a
head.
Okay. And then you're going to go in and say that you are Balfour.
Well, Pursley said I should, so it's going to be a
Okay.
good idea. Pursley is the highest-ranking magical creature in this tower.
Could you please roll me sway?
Okay.
I will give you a bonus dice because Trevor is helping you.
Yes, I was about to say Trevor's absolutely helping, especially because Trevor has 3 sway.
Yep. Well, that puts me at
Ooh.
1 dice. Could I have a devil's bargain? If there's ever a time. It's now.
Yes. The devil's bargain is that Doris will recognize your voice from the magic mirror and from the front door.
To be honest, that's fine. That saves me role-playing it.
Yeah, you can talk your way out of that. That's fine.
And yep. I think I can. I think I can take a stress to.
No, you can only get help from one person.
Oh, okay.
Well, rather, you can only get one dice from help.
Okay.
That puts me on 2 actual dice. Yep. So let's give it a and see how it goes.
All right.
It's a 4.
It's a 4.
Okay.
It's a 4.
Okay.
That's not bad.
So Doris is sat there. She's sipping a little bit of sherry. Oh, hello.
Lady Doris.
Yes.
I have got your scale. I've taken a break from my previous wizardly activities.
Sorry,
I have your scale. We haven't.
But it wasn't you in the armor.
No, I'm a wizard. I wouldn't wear armor.
Sorry, is this? So who are you?
I am Balfior's new apprentice.
Oh. Okay.
He has elevated me to the rank of good apprentice who gets to do spells.
Wonderful.
Now, what I have here is a scale and my wand of growth.
Right.
The scale you will see is of the
Is
highest quality of Balfior.
Is he giving us a discount because the part of it is being done by an apprentice?
Yes. Yes, okay. Balfior is definitely giving you a discount. If you've prepaid, you can talk to us through the mirror to sort it out.
We haven't prepaid, actually. We were told to discuss the arrangements now, but
well, how much of a discount would you like?
Oh my god.
I mean, how much is on offer?
Much would usually be on offer for a situation such as this one.
I will ask to Maratha, and she will no doubt judge the quality of the work, and then we'll be in touch to discuss it.
Okay, good. Oh, thanks. That saves me some worry. My question, is I'm going to grow this scale, and I'm going to ask for you to say stop when it's big enough.
Sorry. I'm going to grow this dragon scale. Just say when. Shit. Did you not receive the specifications?
Yes.
So you should be aware. I believe we were quite specific on the size.
In which case, we should be able to be clearer on the specifications now.
What? Okay. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to try this roll. I've got to decide. But what would my devil's bargain be, or shall I try and use?
No, you know what? I'm not going to ask. Like you've gotten the hang of it now. Like you know.
In which case, I'll start growing it until it's the right.
Starts to grow. At one point, she's like, "Oh, that's big enough."
Stop.
It is roughly the size of. It's the size of like a small dinner table.
Yeah, that seems about right.
And she will.
I mean, should have told us if we were going to grow it out of this room. So
yeah. Like she'll hoist it up. Thank you. It's been interesting doing business with you. We'll be in touch with Balfour to arrange payment.
It's been a pleasure.
And then she will say something under her breath in a language that sounds like Draconic. There is a flash of flame, and she is gone.
Oh, I'm just going to collapse into a puddle for a bit.
Trevor has been lurking outside the door and like comes in and is like, you did it! Did it!
I'm a wizard!
Yes, you're a wizard! The best wizard I've ever apart from Balfour.
Oh, when Balfour's back as a lich and has to be his apprentice, I'd be so good!
All right.
So,
well, I just saw you're a wizard, Kubo.
Oh dear.
Right. Okay. So now, Balfour lich making.
okay. What were you doing, by the way, Sash?
I was going down to the stables to get whoever's the stable person to tell them.
Yeah, that's still probably...
We've got a new horse-sized ladybug.
Well, the villagers have run off.
Okay.
It looks like the ladybug messed them up quite badly, which, it's not the last you're going to hear from them, but they have for now.
It is
off.
for today.
And the ladybug is currently on the top, you can see, of the wizard's tower with the son of Gunther just, having a bit of a munch. It doesn't seem to be able to hear you.
Well, there was a stable person who works in the stable.
It's not really a stable person as much as
a stable thing.
It is an animated brush.
Okay. Brush.
Well, it's a spirit that transforms between it's currently in a brush. Sometimes it's in a broom.
What's its
sometimes
name?
It's in a shovel. Brush.
Brush. There is a new resident of these stables. He is currently atop the tower. His name is... Let me see if I can pronounce this right. I would like you to make him feel welcome and show him to some quarters.
The brush sort of turns to face towards the huge towering hydra that is just sort of currently asleep in the corner. And then it does as close to a shrug as a hand brush can, and shuffles away.
Do try to make sure the hydra doesn't eat this one.
The an even bigger brush shrug.
Okay, and now I shall trot back.
Okay. Right. So, what's your next move? You have a brief moment of respite.
I assumed that we were
Lich time.
revisiting.
Lich time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have time to attempt liching.
Okay.
We have a moment where no one is watching.
Okay, now according to the book, the most optimal time for lich making is a full moon. And there should be a full moon 2 nights from now.
Hooray.
Do you want to wait and do it on the full moon? Or do you want to try it now?
I think it's what Balfour would have wanted to wait.
But, I mean, he's not very well preserved. Like, he's already beginning to smell a bit, and it's only been, half a day?
It is very hot in here.
That is and we did already extract his blood. We don't want it to congeal. Probably best do it now.
All right.
Just Crimes has asked if this game is based on the main campaign or Adventure Seed. What we are playing is more or less the first adventure of the campaign. So the first adventure of the campaign is basically Balfour's death, and I think Doris is in the first.
Yeah,
Doris is in the first adventure. The blacksmith doesn't have to be. The liching is not specifically in the first adventure seed, but the first adventure seed very much is like the character.
It's the first adventure.
The first adventure in the campaign is very much like the characters can try like what they want to try and address the death in the immediate aftermath, and resurrection and liching and that sort of thing. Very much a strong option to go with.
I've just seen Vague Coffee Cup saying, I desperately want a whole ass campaign of this. Good news!
If that's something that you might be interested in.
It exists in the Odd Jobs anthology, which is kickstarted right now.
Yeah, so go back, get yourself a copy, and then you can play a whole ass campaign of this. So, you're waiting a couple of nights? Are you doing anything to preserve the body?
I think we decided we weren't going to wait.
Oh, you weren't going to wait.
Because we didn't think to preserve the body.
Okay.
Yeah, and we don't want all the blood to congeal.
And the zombies might eat him.
And the zombies are hungry.
I can see some bite marks already.
The zombies have not eaten.
Oh.
Like they're like they're a bit like but they haven't eaten him. Okay. So how are you going about this?
Well, we needed the sigil.
We've got the sigil, and we can nail it into his head.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the blood.
Yep.
We've got the blood, and we've got the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of us will nail the sigil, one of us will paint the blood onto him, and the other one can read the book.
Okay, who's going to do which?
Who can read?
I think I canonically decided I couldn't read last scenario.
Like all the best wizards.
I'm a natural. It's inherent.
I assume that means I can read.
Sorceress ability.
Sorry, say again, Helen?
I said I have 2 in study, so I assume that means I can read?
Yes, you can definitely read.
Okay.
And you can probably read as well. So.
Yes, okay. I think Gubbo then should probably be the one to nail the sigil onto Balfior.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
yeah, I've got the tool use.
Of the two of us, I'd guess that Pursley is better placed to paint.
Yeah.
Okay. And Trevor is better placed to read and speak.
Yeah, because I don't have any arms.
No.
Just
and I have little paws and I have a mouth, and I can put my paws in the blood and then go. Flip,
oh,
little finger painting.
That's adorable. Okay then. First up, let's have Gubbo. Could you describe to me you putting the sigil into Balfior's forehead?
Well, I've got to be careful of his skull. So I could just hammer it in, but I don't want to break his skull. So I think I'm going to drill some holes first, because it's. I'm assuming it's got like a nail, because they say nail it in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to make sure there's some holes in the right places, and then drill it in, and then just stick.
Okay, so you're trying to do it in I'm going to ask for finesse then.
Finesse. That is 2 dice. That is double 5.
Double 5. Okay, yeah, so you drill. You've only got one of them hand drills, and it takes a while, and and you just goes pretty deep.
It's a bitch. He's gonna get reanimated anyway. It doesn't matter, it's all gonna decay eventually.
It's a bit of brain goo on the drill. But the holes there, you can put in a nail and attach it on top. So there it is.
Yep.
Okay.
How are you going about painting? Just with your little paws?
My little paws. I've got the pictures of the sigils, and I've got the blood that Gubba was collected for me. Yep. I just put my paw in, paint it on him.
Okay, I'm going to ask for a study roll, I think, for that, because you're referring to these pictures.
Okay, I'll take a devil's bargain. I'll push myself.
Okay, you can take the devil's bargain. Will be, I will ask you for one location on Balfield's body where there's a smudge and you can't quite you keep trying to get it off, and and redo it, but you're not 100% confident about it.
Can I have the devil's bargain and push myself?
No.
I'm going to push myself.
Okay.
1, 2. Right? Okay, and I get 1.
You get 1.
Yes!
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
Them sigils
Excellent.
are perfect.
Yes.
And Helen, you
Yeah.
begin the chant. Trevor begins the chant. Could I have an attunement roll, please?
I've got 0 in attune.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I can use the compliment.
I will say both of these successes will each give you a single dice.
Really?
So I'll give you 2 dice.
I will also push myself.
Okay, take 2 stress. That'll be 3 dice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's fine. 3 dice then.
3 dice.
Ooh! 2 sixes. 2 sixes.
2 6s.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And a 1, but 2 sixes.
Okay, so Trevor, you begin the chant. Even the bit smeared with blood, you're pretty sure that you know what it is. You start it, and arcane energies start to swirl all around. The sigil on Balthior's head starts to glow. All the different runes on his body begin to glow, and you start to feel a bit strange. You know, just like this odd spreading, like this. It feels like I don't know, like it almost like slightly itchy. It's not really a sensation you've ever had before. Are you continuing?
Oh, absolutely. I want Balthior to be alive.
Okay.
Well, to be a lich.
Okay, so there is it continues rising in intensity. The light is almost blinding, and then after 10 minutes it comes to a grand climax, and there is the sound, there's the feeling of tremendous arcane energy.
Ooh.
And Balthior is still there. Still a corpse on the ground.
Oh.
Gubbo and Pursley, if you turn towards Trevor looks different. Trevor is no longer made of wood. Trevor is made entirely of bone.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Well,
and then Balthior
Very
explodes.
sexy.
oh.
Oh.
No!
No!
Wait, what? Oh. That's Trevor realizing that he's made of bones now.
Yes, you are now made of bones and covered in slight chunks of wizard.
I can still be his apprentice, though, right?
I think.
Right.
I think you might have to be the wizard.
So I think that is going to be the end,
God.
and thus ends Adventure 1 of Weekend at Balthior's, the campaign of Wizard Staff. That adventure was titled "Is He Okay?"
It's ... Is he okay? Which even when I wrote it, I imagined in the voice that Tim ended up using for Gubbo. Yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you so much for playing. That was so much fun.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was great fun.
Yeah, if you want,
The most fun I've had in ages.
if you want to find out what happens later in the campaign, I suggest back the Kickstarter campaign and play it a bit. So, thank you so much to Tim and Helen. Where can folks find you? Should they be of a mind to just keep watching you?
And I don't know why they wouldn't be.
I mean,
people can find me on Twitter at Electo101, which is ALECTO101, and I had that name before the Hades game came out, because I am a classics nerd, and she's one of my faves. But yeah, that's me on Twitter. I will post if I'm doing anything on Twitch, on Twitter, and various other things.
do you? What is your Twitch if people want to follow?
Oh, that is Helen Rosamund, which is my first and middle names, which is HelenRosamund.
All of my music with the mechanisms can be found on various streaming platforms, Spotify and Bandcamp being the big ones. If you want to find me outside of that, I am gunpowder_Tim on Twitter, and if I do anything new, I'll almost certainly post it up there.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much for joining us. It's been an absolute blast. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Bye!
Thanks all. Bye.
Yeast weirds me out, you know? Because, do you know where yeast comes from?
I have no idea what
Everywhere. Yeast.
What do you mean? What do you mean it comes from everywhere?
I mean,
It's
it
in
comes
the
from
air.
everywhere.
It's literally in the air.
To
catch wild yeast, you just put some flour and water outside.
Often beer brewers will leave.
Is that how people get thrush?
Yeah. That's why it's a yeast, because it's just life that's in the air. It's like the Force, but you use it to bake bread.